Imagine being a teenager coming home from a long day of school and you spend your afternoon alone because there's no one there to keep you company or ask you how you're doing. Now reimagine if you were the individual that showed up in this teenager's life and changed that. See, the young people in America have the highest chance of growing up without a mentor than they ever have had in the past. I have spent the last 6 years involved with high schooler football players, being involved in a middle school and high school youth group, and been a campus supervisor for a middle school. And in my experience, it is more common to find youth that doesn't have a trusted adult in their lives than it is to find one that does. And so today, I'm here to persuade you that college students should volunteer their time mentoring at-risk students in their local communities. First, I will talk about the problem, second, the cause, and third, the solution. What are some of the problems that American youth are facing today? See, too many youth today lack a positive role model in their life. There is a large number of youth in our schools that don't have trusted adults to turn to in need of guidance. According to Mentor, a nonprofit organization, 40% of young people grow up without ever having a mentor, and 67% of all young people can remember a time growing up where they needed a mentor but didn't have one. See, good or bad, the impact an adult has on youth lasts a long lifetime. Youth without mentors are also more likely to skip school, misbehave in class, and are more likely to volunteer as adults if they had a mentor growing up. Youth without mentors are more inclined to engage in activities that put them at risk, or when it comes to a higher chance of substance abuse, school absence, and negative behavior with peers. Mentor has also discovered that mentored youth are 52% less likely to skip a day of school than peers without mentors. See, now that we have discovered the serious lack of role models in our youth greatly affect them, we must discover why this problem exists. This leads me to the cause of this problem. There can be many causes found to the lack of role models in youth. One of them is because of the young adults, and two is because of our school systems. One major reason the youth lack young adult role models in America is because of the busyness of daily schedules their lifestyle requires and the awareness the youth. The daily life of a college student consists of many things. It may look like schoolwork, a job, or other obligations, and mentoring might not be an extra burden that they may not fit into their schedule. And also the lack of awareness among young adults is due to underestimating the time and impactful they can be impactful with their next generation. And systematically, we see institutions, programs, or organizations lack resources, energy, and the proper manpower. It is very common for a school district or organization's mentorship program to be majorly underfunded. They often also have a difficult time retaining their mentors, training the mentors, or even recruiting them. In some cases, if it isn't the lack of mentors, it's the lack of high quality relationships between the mentor and the mentee. To have high quality mentor relationships, we need to have high quality mentors. As we've seen, there is a large gap between mentorship and students, but there's great news and ways we can combat that. The clear and powerful solution to mentoring at-risk students starts with us, young adults, volunteering our time in order to make a difference. What are some ways that young adults can do to help fix this problem? Simply put, get involved in any local program, any local youth program that supports the youth in any ways, either as a volunteer, as a mentor, or as an advocate. As busy as students are, they can still find an established mentoring program and commit to a consistent involvement, whether that be once a week, bi-weekly, or so on. Committing 1 to 2 hours a week can create meaningful impact, and this can be in a multitude of ways: after-school tutoring, church youth group programs, or even online mentoring programs. A study conducted by the Journal of Education says the mentor's physical presence and willingness to engage with a mentee is the solid core of the relational imperative. Once you are committed and involved, long-term investments in mentor relationship provide greater impact. In the long game of having a long-term mentor relationship, students are more likely to go to college. The Big Brother, Big Sisters of America, the nation's largest youth mentoring network, conducted a 30-year study in the long-term impact of a mentor relationship. In that 30-year study of the program, 33% of the youth were in college by the age of 20. By getting involved in mentorship programs, we get the opportunity to change the trajectory of a youth's life. And I want to challenge you to find a local youth program, organization, or group. Dedicate your time and commit at least 1 to 2 hours a week till the end of the school year. You may find one through your church, your school, or someone you may know. But by doing this, you close the gap between a mentorship and improve the life of many possible youth students yourself. The problem arises is that almost half the youth in America grow up without a positive role model, which has lasting negative effects on the life we affect in society in the near future. The cause may be because of lack of time or awareness in our young adults, but the solution lies in a proactive response to dedicate and pouring back time and energy into the youth. You don't have to be profound, rich, or experienced. You just have to be willing, and you can make a difference to a teenager that has no one to look up to. Thank you.